This video, we're going to discuss the Global Activator behavior. And to do so, we're back in the museum for the last time. This is the third part of a series that I've done. If you haven't checked out the earlier ones, I'll link them down below. Basically, the idea is that we're in a museum. We're stealing some artifacts or some paintings off the wall here, and we're gaining a lot of cash, but we're running out of time. And right now, our threat level is ticking up to 50. And so we have a second guard now that's been activated, and they're patrolling around looking for me because they know I'm in here stealing stuff. I gotta be extra careful not to get caught. Oh, they're about to pinch me. Gotta get inside this door if I can. There we go. Oh, he got me. Okay, so I lose. He saw me and he got me. But that's the idea. Global Activator gets activated once a global reaches a certain amount. And so the threat level got up to 50. That called in the second guard. And then, of course, the guard was it was just a matter of time before he was going to catch me. But let me show you how the Global Activator works. First of all, the activation style, we can either trigger it with a zone or a switch. So it could be like not on it at first and then trigger it somehow. We can trigger it with a range. So as I get close to whatever object holds this behavior, then it senses the player and it turns it on. In my case, I just left it always on. It just seemed easier. We have the activation range, which would only really apply if you choose ranged, obviously. But if you do choose range, how close do you need to be to the object in order to activate it? The user global that I'm affecting here is called threat. That's just the amount of threat that I have to avoid the guards. The trigger value is 50, which honestly, in hindsight, was a little too high because I had to go around stealing stuff and wait for that to get up there so I could start the video. But you get the idea. And then the trigger delay, that would be if I didn't want the guard to spawn immediately after it hits 50, then I could put a small delay in there, and then he would spawn maybe a few seconds after that. The visibility has more to do with the object that it's assigned to than the guard. So the object that it's assigned to is out here, which we don't actually see while we're playing the game. Uh, because if I put that pillar here, it would be hidden until it was activated. We don't want that, right? It wouldn't make any sense. So this is just a blank pillar, and the pillar out here is actually controlling things. But you could see an opportunity where you want something that would show up after, like, let's say an alarm light wasn't there before, but it turns on and activates when it hits a certain threat level, and it turns red or something like that. You could see where that might come into play, just not part of this scene. Then you have the trigger monitor. So you can either do when it is greater than or equal to a certain value, or you can do lesser than or equal to a certain value. So it could be something like you're running out of oxygen, or you're running out of, whatever it is that you're running out of. And when it dips below a certain amount, then it triggers some other thing. And you're just activating whatever it is that you want to activate. So in my case, I had this guard, but he's not showing at the start of the level. He's only activated once it reaches 50. Then you have the activator type. Now remember, we can set this on a switch or a zone, in which case we may consider using a multi-use so that you can activate it more than once. In my case, it really didn't need to be activated more than once, so I just chose single use. And then lastly, we have the sound that it plays whenever it's activated. So in my case, I could have played like an alarm or maybe a voice or something like that, but I chose not to. But you can imagine going back to that example with an alarm or a red flashing light or something like that, you could have an alarm sound happening when it's activated as well. It just kind of depends on what you're trying for. But that's the global activator behavior. And if you put these three together, right, global monitor, global modifier, and global activator, you have yourself a game. Three behaviors, nothing else to it. And it's pretty fun, honestly. And if you'd like to try this, if you're interested in it, leave a comment down below. Tell me that you're interested in it. Maybe give me some ideas or suggestions. And if enough people are interested, I'm not going to put the number out there, but if enough people are interested in me doing this, then we'll go for it and try to make a small scale game for kicks, and for a learning experience. But if you enjoyed the video or if you learned anything new, please be sure to click the like button down below. It helps me out a lot. If you're new here, or if you just haven't subscribed yet, we'd love to have you stick around. Please be sure to subscribe. And lastly, if you'd like a notification for whenever a new video is posted, just click the bell icon and that'll let you know whenever a new video is ready for you. But that's it. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. I always appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, don't forget there's a written guide for every behavior, including ones I haven't yet covered on this channel. And if you want to learn some more, why don't you check out this video next.